All right, good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing today? You could write in the comments. Hit the bell button if you want to hear more videos from us. Anyway, I was talking yesterday, you could watch those videos if you didn't see them, about the debate, about how the debate made me feel and how upset I was, and now more and more, and how I was looking for other opinions about the debate, because initially I was pretty upset at the president. I kind of felt like instead of constantly making all these interruptions and so forth, he should have just let Joe make a fool of himself. But the fact of the matter is, the president was right. After I'm looking over these things, and I was waiting for Glenn Beck, and I only listened to one. I don't know how many videos he put up so far in reaction, but I listened to one of the videos that Glenn Beck put up, and there he discussed, he was actually interviewing Donald Trump Jr., and in his interview with Donald Trump Jr., he pointed out, I'm sorry, I'm a little tired, I don't know why. Yesterday I felt great even though I had no sleep. Last night I had a decent night's sleep, and feeling kind of tired. Maybe I'll drink one of these. I got these. This is not a product placement. I'm not getting paid by Coca-Cola, but this is a seltzer that has caffeine and electrolytes. It's actually pretty good. It might wake me up because I want to keep this video short, get back to listening to the radio. But anyway, I was very impressed with this conversation with Donald Trump Jr., where they pointed out the hypocrisy of the media. How the left would have you believe that Donald Trump was conducting Klan rallies in the White House, which actually is pretty close to what Woodrow Wilson actually did historically. The great darling of the progressive left Democrats. If you don't know a little bit of history, you might think, Woodrow Wilson's a racist, he must be a Republican, right? No. He was a Democrat, and not only is he a Democrat, but pretty much all of the ideology that's popular, certainly Hillary Clinton's ideology, is rooted firmly in Woodrow Wilson. When Hillary Clinton says that she's an early 20th century progressive, that means Woodrow Wilson. That's exactly what it means. I know this. And really what it comes down to, and I think with the debate and with everything else, and maybe this could be Donald Trump's mistake, is that Donald Trump assumes that everybody knows what we know. And he gives people the benefit of the doubt, and he respects people and assumes that they are informed, which is the opposite of what Joe Biden does. Joe Biden assumes everybody's an idiot just like him. And for that reason, you don't have the explanations that you had. You don't have the, in the manner of which, President Trump assumes everybody knows what we all know, and so he doesn't explain every little detail. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of people don't know. I think more people know than don't know, or I hope so. But the other thing is, the media is the reason why people don't know is because the media is trying to get people to not know. You know, I mean, I hear people claim, this will be a religious analogy, in Israel, all of those secularists, they're tinoko shenishbo, they're like children who were kidnapped. Now, that law in Judaism is about someone who was born Jewish and like was raised by wolves in India, like if Mowgli from the Jungle Book was Jewish. That's what it means. It doesn't mean somebody who lives in the Holy Land is surrounded by, pious Jews. They have the opportunity and they are making a conscious decision. Even, let's say, their parents were secular, but once you're 18, you're making a conscious decision. Do you want to be religious or secular? Just like people who are raised religious sometimes choose to be secular. And quite often it's, like in my case, it's before you're 18 that you start making that decision that you want to become religious. And it's not that excuse of, I was raised, I don't think, people have an obligation to be informed. And that's going back to the political arena here, is that, I remember it was about 5 years ago, I started a new job, which technically I still have, but I haven't been allowed to go to since March. I was there Purim, and now it's, tonight is my Zayda's yard site. It's Erev Sukkot. And so like, it's been 7 months since I've been back at my other job, at my part-time job. And I remember when I started that job, and I'm a chaplain, I'm a rabbi. So in the other job, it's a state hospital, a mental hospital, psychiatric center. And we had some basic training about working in such a facility. And that was the first time I ever saw, like, there was 2 women there who were like sitting and like actually talking about the Kardashians. And like, you could show me a picture of Kim Kardashian, I would have no idea who that was. I don't know. I know who Mara Corday is. I'm mad. There are no current pictures of her. I think she's very secretive now. She's still alive. I don't know who Kim Kardashian is. And I'd always heard like people using that as like as an analogy of like, I didn't understand that people actually talk about that. And I was like, what on earth are you saying? Like, what you're actually sitting and talking about the Kardashians? Like, and like they were like really into this conversation. And I didn't know like that was a real thing. Like, I knew that the Kardashians were real people, but like, I didn't understand that like common everyday people actually talk about, and these weren't mental patients, these were people who were going to work there, therapy aides or whatever. And like, usually with the mental patients, I have much more intelligent conversations. They happen to be intelligent people. Just because they're mentally ill doesn't mean they're not intelligent. But what that opened my eyes to is the fact that the average person just is not really that well informed. They're so obsessed with nonsense and just wasting their lives. And I enjoy popular culture. I enjoy different popular culture, but like I'm a big pop culture guy, but I'm into The Simpsons. Like I talk to my supervisors at work, they're all really into Seinfeld, and I enjoy a good Seinfeld here and there, and certainly was part of my teen years, growing up watching Seinfeld, in high school. That was really, but Seinfeld's an intelligent program, you have to be smart to get some of the jokes there, And yeah, it's inappropriate, and there's a lot of disgusting things there. But what I'm saying is that it's not empty-headed. It's not stupid. And I like stupid comedy too. I love the Three Stooges. But the thing is people think the Three Stooges is all slapstick, and it's the Three Stooges. There's a lot of wordplay. A lot. Three Stooges has a lot of, like, you ever see when they have those maps of Europe and like all the jokes about I ran, he ran, she ran, they ran, stuff like that. Passing by Newman Street. Hello, Newman. So, anywho, excuse me. Oh, it's really foggy out today. That's the point, is that the average person really, I don't think, though it's an average person, we've seen that, like, you have about half, there's like 45% on one side, 45% on the other side, and that other 10%, but you also have a lot of people who are just scared. A lot of people are just not interested. That's something else. Like yesterday, I mentioned about, I was doing this online chat. I got paid a couple of dollars to do it, to talk about, they match you up like with the opposite political party. So they matched me up with a Democrat to chat with, and it was interesting. So I asked, did you watch the debates? Like, no, I was just too scared that it would turn into what it was, just a shouting match. But there was value in that shouting match. That's the thing that people are missing on. There's value in it. It was, a lot of people are saying this is the first time there was a real debate, and not just a glorified press conference with two people running against each other. This is what debates should be. Or people talking, Joe Rogan saying, and I don't know really who Joe Rogan is, other than I'm interested in UFOs and stuff, and I know he does a lot of the UFO stuff here and there, and so that's what but I understand he's very popular, and I'm assuming if you're listening to Joe Rogan, you're interested in getting perspectives and stuff. It sounds like it's not a dumb conversation, because then I listen to some of these here and there, these podcasts, like someone's, I'll see something like the forward says, oh, listen to this here, Jack Black is singing Chad Gadya, and like, you should listen to this, and I'm like, all right, let me listen to this, that sounds interesting. And then so then I was like, let me listen to the rest of this conversation. I was like, this is so dumb. Like, really, this is what people talk about? I don't know. I guess some people listen to me and think I'm dumb, I'm sure. But it's just, and this morning I'm feeling pretty dumb. I'm kind of tired, but this is what keeps me awake, so I can make it to work. This is kind of my therapy, to be honest. But I don't get it, I would like to understand a little bit more, about how things, because I'll listen to NPR, and I appreciate, intelligent conversation. You want to really, if people want to hear intelligent conversations, I should mention someone who I respect very highly. Again, might not agree all the time with everything, but there's a very dear friend of mine Dr. Oh, where'd my phone go? There it is. Are we still on? Yeah. Okay. Dr. Sam Juni. He has with the IDT Yeshiva of Newark. He has a podcast together with Rabbi Skaist, who's Rosh Yeshiva, and they talk about real subjects in a really intelligent manner. I highly recommend this podcast, and I'll try to put the links somewhere, maybe on my social media or something. I'll try to. I know he sends me the emails, the links. He asks to share it, and I've got to get working on that. But these are real intelligent conversations with high-level intellectuals who are from. And one's a rabbi, and Dr. Juni's a Talmud Chacham. He's a yeshiva man. He's a Ben Torah, and it's worthwhile if you can get those podcasts. Another podcast I'm enjoying is, although I haven't listened to in a while, I haven't listened to Dr. Juni really that much either, but the ones I listened to I've enjoyed. I used to have a thing that I could plug into the cigarette lighter, and then it puts the thing on the phone Bluetooth on the radio, but it stopped working. Well, maybe I'll get another one. They're not that expensive. This way I could listen to the podcasts, because it's probably better than some of the Sean Hannity or whatever that I usually listen to. I mean, Mark Levin is intelligent. I enjoy Mark Levin. I enjoy Hugh Hewitt, even if I don't always agree with him. But I'm agreeing with him more and more. And so at this point, I think I'm just going to listen to Hugh Hewitt now instead of rambling on and saying nothing. But the fact of it, I do want to recommend that people listen to Glenn Beck's interview with Donald Trump Jr., because he really brings out a lot of things. I didn't know how eloquent Donald Trump Jr. is. It's worth listening to, because he really brings things up that are worth talking about. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry this was not my best video, but I kind of sometimes feel it's better to put something out there than nothing. Trying to get the algorithm working, trying to get the up to that 4,000 hour mark or whatever it is. And the only way to do that is to just keep producing. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm here. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, hit that bell button for notifications, and check out some of my other videos that are a little bit better. And let me know, are you interested in more religious videos or political videos? That's kind of, or just keep it, I know I have a loyal fan base here, and I appreciate, and I love the fact that we have people here who disagree. I think that's wonderful. Because I like to listen to people who I disagree with also, but I like to hear intelligent conversation, and that's one complaint that I have here with Joe Biden. He's just lying. He's really just lying. Like they bring up the thing about his son with the Ukrainians. He said, "Oh, that's been debunked," but it hasn't. It's 100% true. And like Donald Trump Jr. said in the interview with Glenn Beck, he was like, if I had done that, I'd be in jail, and my father would have been impeached and removed, and rightfully so. Think about that, So there's a lot to talk about here. The other thing, the thing that just boggles the mind was how Joe Biden refused to answer the question about packing the courts. And he said, well, just let the people vote. No. What are they voting on? Are they voting on packing the courts or not? That's something that's important to know, because I'm sure there are people who want to pack the courts, and they should know a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for packing the courts. Because we're not voting for people, we're voting for, or we should be voting for policies. People keep saying, well, Donald Trump doesn't have a plan, he doesn't have a policy. Everything's working, you know. The issues, and also part of the thing is the federal government is not supposed to be doing this stuff. I mean, that's part of the brilliance and beauty of what the president has done here. You know, he let the states decide. You know, you want to be extreme with the masks and the social distancing, you do that. You don't want to, you do that. You all do your thing, you know. It's not the federal government's job to be a dictator. That's what the Democrats want. It's not what the Republicans want. We want the way things were designed to be. That's how this country was designed. Is that we have many states that are a union. We're not a confederacy. We are a union. We do have federal laws. We cannot, you know, just nullify federal laws. But the federal laws are supposed to be very loose and basically just be there to protect the people. Like someone this morning on Twitter was saying, you know, why shouldn't education be a right? And a discussion with about Nick Moster and the and Yafet, and if you're, and I might be doing the same thing that I said Donald Trump does. He just assumes people know what we're talking about. And they said, why isn't education a right? And the answer is very simple. The rights, you have to understand, what is a right? The rights are not entitlements. Rights are things that we have already that the government is not allowed to infringe upon. That's different than an entitlement. So that's and also it's somewhat with that story going back, it's a little bit, what do they call it? Imperialistic, isn't it? Isn't that what the left always accuses people of imperialism? Like if there was some tribe, you know, in South America that wanted to keep their traditions and their culture, right? And the white man comes in and baptizes them all, you know, don't you get upset by that, right? Isn't that one of those things that people, liberals and people on the left, which are two different things, oppose, and rightfully so. So then what's this story where if you live in Borough Park or Williamsburg or Curacao or Muncie and you want to raise your kids according to your traditions, isn't it imperialistic to try to impose, you know, that Kardashian-obsessed mindset on people who would rather be talking about Baba Metzia than Kim Kardashian, right? So thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment. We'll see you later.